I'm getting justice off for everybody who prayed for me. It's over for y'all. I hope y'all ready, and I'll pray for y'all because it's over. That's all it is. Y'all.
Hey guys, it's Tamara. Welcome. But they show no fish. They say you found it, but she's still gonna hold on. They say you found it, but she doesn't want.
Hey y'all. I owe it to my 16 and 18-year-old self to tell this story because I had it when I was 16, but it came out when I was like about to turn 18. What happened in the basement? When I was 16, my mother put me out for going outside without asking. Yeah, she wouldn't let us go outside unless we asked, but sometimes even if we asked, she still said no. But I used to go outside all the time. I used to bring people in the house too. Yes, I was that child. She was at work, and one of the maintenance people that lived in the neighborhood had that worked there. He go and told her he saw me running. I was taking out the trash and I wanted to run back because I knew I was going back outside to sneak out anyway. But why he told me? Up. She came home early from work and she beat me. She didn't beat me. She beat me up. She beat me up. And it was like a funny part. I had my coat on because it was February. And I had my coat on and it had got like stuck. We had like fake diamond little things on the bed. And it had got stuck. My coat had got stuck on there. But I was on the floor because I don't know, somehow she got me on the floor. I was on the floor, my jacket was stuck. I was trying not to smile. Then she kept like, when I was getting my clothes, like the door was, you could hear her yelling, but the door was like open. She kept like doing this so she could see my face. And she was yelling like, I don't know. Sometimes I didn't take her serious because, for what? Yeah, she told me pack all my stuff. And then she took me to my mama house. That's my grandmother, her mom. So my grandmother on my mother's side, she took me to her house. My mama called my father to come pick me up. And so he came to pick me up. And he took my suitcase and stuff downstairs. First thing he wanted to ask me is are you having sex? And I said no, because I was not having sex at the time. Anyway, we get to his friend's house, who is a musician. He had a fiance, and then the fiance's sister lived there and her son. And he also had another son with a different mom and another daughter with a different mom, the musician. Don't mind if I'm smiling. It's funny, but it's not funny. Haha, it's funny weird. You get me? All right. He see me. He talk about something. Oh, I remember you when you was a baby, type stuff. And I didn't remember him, but then I did remember him because his son had got staples in his head, busted his head open one time, and I seen him. But my father lived there because he ain't had no job, and it was quarantine. He had no job, so his friend let him stay with him, and then he let me stay there too. So me and my father was in the basement, but also that man would come in the basement a lot because he's a musician, and he used to make his music downstairs in the basement. Keep that in mind, okay? So, and also my father ain't had no job, and then his wife was on quarantine. His fiance was on quarantine. And his son used to come downstairs while I used to watch the son and stuff. But then my father got a job, and his fiance started going back to work. And he worked in a church, I think, and networking and singing and stuff. It was 2021. It was still COVID time, so I was still on hybrid school. So he has 2 computers. I didn't do school downstairs. I did it upstairs in the dining room, on the computer in the dining room. And so it was this one, I never suspected nothing from him before, but it was this one particular day. I was in English class, and then I went on break. And so when he would go downstairs to do his music, and if I was already upstairs, I didn't go downstairs with him. I didn't go downstairs because I was in, it was weird. I would wait. And when I was listening to a song, I don't know if it was a Oshun song or just like a divine feminine song. I was listening to that song, and I was on my break. And then he come upstairs, he's like pacing back and forth. Then he get to questioning me. I feel like I already watched a lot of stuff. I just already knew he was going. He go to, you got friends in your neighborhood, do they miss you? Then let's just jump to the chase. What he say? Are you a virgin? I looked away because I was about to ask this question. He was like, it's okay, I'm not going to tell your father. So I told him I wasn't a virgin. Did he say, did the boy who take your virginity eat your yoni. And I was like, yes, but he didn't really do a good job. That's why I said yes, he didn't really do a good job. But the boy who took my virginity didn't even eat my yoni, so it wasn't even no reason for me to lie. But then I don't know, I was probably thinking of somebody else. But anyway, oh yeah, and I lost my virginity when I was 15. We listen and we don't judge. That's what he gonna say. He gonna say, you gonna tell somebody if I eat your yoni? He didn't say yoni, he said the P word, but you know. And I was like, who I'm going to tell? And he said, okay, meet me down in the basement. So he went down in the basement, and I was shaking in my boots. Yo, I was so scared, like, because nobody's really here. The only other people in the house is the sister, the fiance sister, which is the baby aunt that's upstairs babysitting him, and they taking a nap or something. And I'm just down here in virtual school, scared as I don't know what, because I still had my people-pleasing tendencies, that I didn't have good boundaries and know how to stand up for myself. So I got back. My break was over for English class, so I got back on there. I was so scared, baby. I had my mic on. I was attentive, answering every question and everything after that. So then he came back upstairs. He was like, why you ain't come downstairs yet? And I was like, I'm still in school. So he gonna say, come downstairs when you done. And I was like, okay. School was over, but I still didn't go downstairs. So he came upstairs, then he got me. He was behind me, and he led me downstairs. Then it was a couch downstairs that folded out into a bed, I think. But it was mostly a couch for most of the days, and that thing was so terrible to sleep on. My 16-year-old self. I love you, girl. We got through it. But so it was dark in the basement. He turned the lights was off, his computer was on, and it's like a window. Cause you know some houses got a door to the back, but it was a window too. And so he took my leggings off. Oh, I know what I was wearing too. I was wearing a little black long sleeve workout shirt. It had some little stripes. If I find me something in there, I could post it. And I had some black leggings or some black shorts. I don't know, but it don't matter what I was wearing. That's wrong. I was 16. He was like 30 something. Still don't know how old he is. I just think, I know he's like, I think he was Sagittarius or something. But I know he was in his 30s at that time. And so, he's well known in Baltimore. I'm not gonna say his name really, but I'm gonna give y'all gonna know it because I'm gonna say it, but I ain't gonna say it. Then he get to eating a yummy. Then I had my hands on my face because I already knew that I was so long with Sony Loves. And he gonna pull my hands down so we could be looking at each other in the eyes. And then after that, he wiped his mouth. Then he turned me around. And then he put his juka in my luka. And he in his hand. He pulled my pants up. Then it was just done. So I just went back upstairs. Well, I went to the bathroom and cleaned myself and stuff. So then my phone just came back home. Nobody knew nothing. I ain't told nobody why I was there. But then a second time, first I think he went to Texas on a plane. Then the Daniel Singer song was channeling. That's when I heard the Daniel Singer song. You get it on a plane and try to live far away. You left me with the pain. I carry it every day. Who do you think you are? Some kind of celebrity. Just wait. Is he? Okay. Then he gonna say something. Or I be hearing you sing a little bit. I might put you in one of my songs. Boy, go ahead. Anyway, so it happened another time when he came back. Kind of the same scenario. He came back. He came to my house. He was like, he gonna say something. This how he said it, cause it's just weird. Why would you ask me? He gonna say, you want to go play? And I was like, yes. And he began. And he had a son. His son had liked me or something, so that was weird too. Even though we ain't gonna get in. It was a lot. And then and to the wife, I did feel bad because I'm a good girl. Like, I have a good heart, but or the fiance, I felt bad because I felt guilty even though it wasn't my fault. I didn't provoke that or nothing. I just didn't feel strong enough to tell him no. I just felt like I was going to be hurt, get hurt, or he was going to take advantage of me one way or another. So I do apologize, because everybody knew. My father called everybody when he found out. And it came out a year later because he look, remember, he said, who you gonna tell? I said, He asked, he said, you gonna tell somebody? I said, who I'm gonna tell? I ain't saying yes or no. So soon I had left the house because my mother was texting me through my sister's phones because she wanted me to come back soon as she dropped me off. Like, she pretty much brought me to everything she wanted to get me away from. She talk about you got summer school. When I went there, I didn't even have summer school. I ain't never had summer school. She just, and I don't know why I believe that, but so yeah, it was like a random Tuesday. She picked me up. I was excited because I had people back home. I missed them. They missed me. Let's get it. Before I left, it was one more time. I was taking a shower, and he was like, "You need some company in there." And I was on my mission for real. So I told him. Then he was like, "Okay." And I looked out the window. My father was home. Yo, if I wasn't, imagine what would have happened. Yo, and I didn't tell my father. I didn't love that man. Everybody was telling my father, "We don't want to love that man." But yeah, and then. So it came out when I was 18. My father just called me on a random day, talk about my older sister told him that what happened with me and the man who was using the microphone. They kept bringing up a hot dog. They was like, they said, you told me that he gave you a hot dog, but they said they don't even eat pork. That's such a stupid reason not to believe somebody. He bought the hot dog. It was wrapped up in aluminum foil. It had some mustard and onions on there. I don't even know if it's a hot dog or Polish sausage, but either way, he bought it and he gave it to me before we did the yeah, I ain't got no reason to lie. Why would I lie about something like that? They had a whole family, and people say don't bring up happy homes. I didn't do that. And if he did that, that was not no happy home, because then he did that and went to go kiss that lady lips. Like, what'd be wrong with some man? And girl, you still with him, you deserve that. I hope you wake up. And I hope justice will be served. And then, yeah, so that came out like a few days before I turned 18. And it was weird because my sister, I feel like the reason my sister only told is because her information came out about how she wanted to be touching on her own siblings. Then I went with my father because he wanted me to do a police report. Well, first I went with my mom, but I didn't feel comfortable doing it yet. But then I went with my father. And then me and my sister was laughing because we didn't tell him our real address where we live because my mother told us not to. And he was so mad, but he's scary, like... He's not funny, he's funny weird. And so I was crying real bad, like, that was a crazy night. Then me and my sister, we was ready to go the next day. But we was getting asked to go home. But I think we just told him we was ready to go home because after that, he didn't show his little butt. Like, and I had a dream my father was gay, but I don't know what that's about. We was laughing so I seen my older sister in person at we used to have for a long time after my mother had kicked her out. But my mother had kicked her out and we didn't see her for a long time until I went back to my grandfather's house. And so my father wanted to take us to the harbor, but I already wasn't cool with him because I had went back there for a little bit. He just came pick me up one day. I should never called him. I had to call him one day. Just get permission to stay at somebody's house, but I shouldn't have called him. And because he just picked me up. Then he yelled at me, talk about he gonna bust me in my lip for crying. Like, he just so angry and mad at the world when he need to be mad at himself and take accountability and heal his trauma. Anyway, that's when I was telling my sister, and I was laughing about it because I'm like, I already healed from this. And I was laughing about the part when me and my sister was laughing at the police thing. And then he had the nerve to say, I probably initiated it. And if I did, I'm gonna get so much karma. Like, how dare you say something like that? I was 16. Through all my DMs, changed my password. Then he gonna create a Dropbox. Y'all know what Dropbox is, where you can get any videos or photos somebody do from that email. Like, you're weird. But I changed all that stuff back, and I told him to stop doing it because that's disrespectful. Then he sent me a whole paragraph talk about wildlife and all this other stuff. And I'm not that type of girl. Like, weird. Like, and I felt like so betrayed. He gonna say I probably initiated that. Talk about something. It probably felt good to have a grown man in me. Yo, my father is not okay. Like, I can't believe he said that. That's my truth. So now y'all heard about the story about what happened in the basement with the man with the microphone. Check it out.